What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here. We're back again for match number 4 of this modern league. Currently sitting nice and pretty at 3-0. So we lost the die roll here against Senpai Blank. I think overall it's probably worth a keep. Unfortunately, Dried Arbor is a bit of a poor land in this hand. Opponent mulliganed to 6 and kept it. Oh goodness, is this going to be the burn matchup? It's going to be potentially a bit gross for us. Stomping Ground. Burning Inquiry. Oh shit. Alright, well, looks like we might actually be up against a Hollowed One deck. Although, no, they're Dredge. They've got Narco Amoeba and Prized Amalgam and Golgari Thug in the grave. Interesting that they're going for Burning Inquiry. Alright, now with the Shriekhorn. Let's just look to conserve a little bit of life here. And then we'll double Ethereal. Dredge overall is a good matchup. We're close to getting our Grispoon back from the graveyard, but it's not the best in this match. Obviously hitting Daybreak Coronet almost instantaneously wins us the match here. They've also gone for Bloodghast, usually over the Silver Smelt Ghoul slot. It's between Bloodghast or that one. Yeah, obviously we have a pretty aggressive hand here. Opponent's not hit any Creeping Chills yet. He has, however, returned the Ox, getting back Prized Amalgam. There's the first Creeping Chill, okay. Yikes, now he's really going off. Is that triple Creeping Chill now? Just 2, okay. He's gonna be getting back up to 4 Prized Amalgams now. I'm not sure if it's all 4. The next 2 are gonna be in the next end step, okay. Opponent on 18. There's 1 Creeping Chill left. We could play this Bogle as a chump blocker on the Ox if they hit the Creeping Chill. Opponent is like so healthy. It's a really big problem. Alright, we'll make this Bogle a 4-4 and leave up double block. At this point, we really need some life gain. Fucking hits the 3rd Creeping Chill, the 4th being discarded naturally. Alright, well, I think we're dead anyway, right? Fucking, that was some wild draws from the Dredge player there. Holy smokes, so we're just like dead no matter what, right? Okay, well, that was pretty savage, pretty brutal. We do have triple Rest in Peace in the graveyard though, which is going to be pretty nice here. I don't really know if we want too much else. We could Dramoka's Command. That doesn't seem amazing though. Suppression Field, I guess, does a little bit against Shriekhorn. It's not going to affect the Ox, because the escape cost is actually an alternative cost. It's not an activated ability. If we leave in any ley lines to play around like Thoughtseize, obviously that disables our Lurrus, which is suboptimal as well against a Burning Inquiry deck. Alright, so it was almost perfect, but we don't have any white mana, so unfortunately I'm going to have to mulligan this one. Goodness deck, are you kidding me? Let's look for... Like, we'd want double white with a hand that doesn't have life gain, and this is just not there, right? Oh my god. Suppression Field, the worst of our sideboarded cards as well. Alright, we'll keep this one. Our opponent has also mulliganed to 4 cards. So we'll go ahead and bottom land, Umbra. Keep the Spirit Dancer ready to go in on it. Potential blowout cards, Conflagrate and both Conflagrate and Lightning Axe can just kill our core Spirit Dancer, which would probably put us extremely far behind. Alright, let's crack this one, land in tap. There's potential to go for Dryad Arbor there so I don't lose both creatures, but if they have Conflagrate, they're just killing both creatures anyway. Let's just risk it, run it out, risk it, all that. See what they have. Alright, Stomping Ground and tapped is a sigh of relief for us. Blast Zone on 1. Cathartic Reunion. Okay, so we're going to get a big Dredge here. Double Nature's Claim to the bin. That's pretty fortunate. And Thoughtseize to the bin as well. Look, they've hit very few dredging cards. I think the only one in there is the Dakmor Salvage. Or Life from the Loam as well, actually. We do draw the Rancor, which I'm going to call a win. Oh, rest in peace for next turn too. Excellent. Well, if my opponent doesn't go too crazy here, resolving that rest in peace would be really, really nice. So I guess they're casting Life from the Loam now, getting a land back. So if they don't have a blocking creature here and we just play double Aura, we just straight kill them. Off Ethereal Armor and Cartouche. They have Nature's Claim in hand, that's not true. Alright, they're cycling the Forgotten Cave. Of course they hit the Creeping Chill. So we no longer have a kill this turn. Oh, suddenly got very dark in here. Let's just... put some of these streamer lights back on, shall we? Alright, we'll take some damage. Get out this one. Get out this one. Hey, look, a Daybreak as well. Alright, so my opponent can obviously have Blast Zone here, which is pretty reasonable. We will lose our cards to the grey to exile, which is unfortunate. We do have cards to go back in on though, post-combat. Opponent is all the way down at 2 as well. Alright, do you have the second trophy effect, or do you not know how Totem Armor works? Alright, there's the concession. So that's a good game, and we're all the way up to game 3 here. Now, obviously, Suppression Field isn't the best. We did see Thought Seize there. There's a consideration for Leyliner's Sanctity now. We do, however, have to take out cards in that scenario, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Grisburn loses a little bit of value from the Narcomoebas, but overall I think it's okay. I guess it loses a bit of value from the Rest in Peace as well. We could bring in like 3 ley lines. I think if we're bringing in ley lines, we probably want the play set. Let's leave Leyline in the sideboard. Might just bring in a random Path to Exile. Alright, well we have got Graveyard Hate in this hand. We've technically got a creature too. I think this is worth a keep. Off the strength of Rest in Peace. Got Totem Armor to help protect the Dryad Arbiter as well. Hopefully the lights don't flick off again. I'm going to try turning on that bottom one. Maybe just on a slightly lower voltage. There's the Cathartic Reunion with a Stinkweed Imp and an Ox to the grave as well. They find Narcomoeba and they've ditched 1 Nature's Claim. Wow, there's a few dredges to hand here. Alright, the Horizon Canopy, obviously a very good find, and the Rest in Peace is going to do some work as well. Obviously, Dryad Arbor is still extremely vulnerable. Oh, they've got the Blast Zone as well. RIP. Well, our hand's full of 1-mana auras, which I'm not the biggest fan of. 4 cards left in my opponent's hand. Guess we can threaten a decent chunk of damage here without completely overextending. And we can look to put Lurrus to hand and have it do its things. Likely my opponent's going to spend the turn activating Blast Zone, getting rid of 3 auras. He might try and get tricky and do it during my attack step so he can block me out. Instead he's just casting a Cathartic Reunion and going for gold again. Discarding double Stinkweed Imp. Dackmore Salvage as well. Life from the Loams in the bin. Bloodghast in the bin. The Creeping Chill. Alright. So 2 Bloodghasts come back. And from next turn they're likely to have haste. Wow, even more. Jesus. Alright, daybreak off the top. No daybreak off the top. So if we play double or attack, we hit in for 11. They can block a total of 1. We then take a crackback of 10. That's quite a bit. We do have the path for this prized amalgam. Our opponent can potentially pop Blast Zone. They're not going to have access to Conflagrate immediately. Only one Creeping Chill in the graveyard so far, or in exile so far, which means there's potential for them to hit another, right? Or another 2, which would really mess with our combat math. Fortunately, we're not really in a good spot to put Lurrus into hand either. I think we just attack for 9, hold up path. Putting Slippery Bogle on the board here is likely just throwing it away. Alright, not my favorite trade in the world, but I am going to prevent some damage and get rid of this prized amalgam here. And we go ahead and take 7, go to 4. I think we just lose. Suppose Suppression Field would have made Blast Zone cost more to activate. So in that spot, we probably would have preferred the Suppression Field to the Path to Exile. Alright, well, opponent does go ahead and cast the Conflagrate for the win. Top of our library. Not really the most helpful. So that does ruin our unbeaten record, unfortunately. But we're going to just have to take that one on the chin and move on to the next match. We're still sitting in a very good spot so far. I hope everyone enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to let me know what you think down below, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.